Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Simi here, and today I will be starting with a new sketchbook. I got this from Kaale and the cover is made of seed paper, which I really appreciate. I am not very sure about the GSM of this diary, but we'll get started nonetheless. I'll be doing a pen art illustration and you can follow along with me. So what I'm using here is this pen I got from the supermarket for 10 rupees, and another one will be a fine liner from Unipen, which is also waterproof, which I highly recommend using, and also a pencil to outline the basic structure. As I mentioned before, I wasn't sure about the GSM of the pages, so I did not want to ruin my sketchbook by taking a chance. So I'm going to place a rough sheet behind the first sheet just in case if some ink seeps through, I do not ruin multiple pages. I have been sketching a lot of castles lately, and I thought I wanted to do something along the similar lines, more like as a message that the first page of my sketchbook is like the entrance of something magnificent. So that is the idea, and what I'm going to do here is make some basic shapes or rectangles with my pencil, which will serve as the foundation or the basic structure for the illustration. So now I'm going to switch to this fine liner and starting with the outline of the main entrance to the castle. It's going to be an arch-shaped door. I'm just going to draw some vertical lines inside this so to show a very wooden effect for the door. I'm going to draw some small bricks all around the door and add some little details to it, like so. Now I'm just sketching some latches onto the main gate just to add more to the details. And what I'm going to do is draw two similar shapes on either side of the door. So we're going to draw a line in the center of this shape, and then we will be extending faint lines from below towards the center and from above towards the center, keeping in mind that it has to fade as it is reaching the center. Right above these two shapes, we are going to draw two more windows with a slightly different architectural style. You can play around with this as you like. If there's any other format or style of window that you want to add, that's completely up to you. This is just what I am doing for my piece. And I'm going to add 3 lines inside this because that is going to be serving as the window and also is the architectural element for this style of window. So you want to replicate the window on the other side as well, and then we will be outlining the castle, the first rectangle, but do not outline the lower edge because we will be adding something else there. For the upper edge, we will be sketching ridges like so. going to add a few dashes or short horizontal lines inside the shape just to add to the texture of the walls of the castle. Now I'll be making the pillars on the right and the left hand side of the main building. I'm going to add a small tomb-like structure on the top. I'm going to double line there and then add small windows. And just fill the rest with these horizontal lines and make a few slits. I'm going to replicate the same pillar pattern on the other side but with a different height. Now we're working on the height of the castle by adding more pillars. Over here I am going to add a huge round window with several other circular windows inside of this. Now once you're completed with the entire structure, you want to add with a very light hand some lines and strokes around the edges of the building just to show more depth in the piece and make it look more natural with its architectural style. Now towards the bottom of the piece, I'm going to add some squiggly lines to represent the bushes and the grasses. Now I'm going to go ahead and add 3 flags at the top of the castle just to add to the aesthetics. And with a very light hand, you want to add a few strokes of shading to the piece so it doesn't look very 2D. It also started raining at this point and I really started enjoying this process. Just going to sketch the pavement in front of the main gate of the castle. And then I'm going to add some short irregular lines to give the effect of grass. This brings us to completing the illustration. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little quote because I like to add something to the first page of my sketchbook that will keep me motivated to create more art. I've been following a lot of journaling pages on Instagram lately, so I really wanted to add some elements that would go with the illustration. Since I do not have any journaling materials like the wax stamp or anything fancy like that, I'm just going to DIY this just to make some cute additions to the first page. At this point, I really felt like adding some color to the piece, so I went ahead and used watercolors to give a very light background. top of the page, I would like to mention my details just in case I lose the sketchbook and if some kind person would return it to me. And of course, finishing the piece by signing it. And of course, I was so happy to know that the watercolors or the ink did not seep through, so I have the rest of the pages intact. And here is the final reveal. I hope you had fun watching this video, and for those who created this along with me, I hope you had fun. I'm genuinely so excited to use this sketchbook.